boy right here is my Windows 10 PC arcade cabinet. And you probably haven't seen it because I haven't talked about it in a while. And you know, I wanted to change that. This was supposed to always be a work in progress. Like, I'm always steadily updating it and kind of filling you guys in on what I'm doing with it. But I haven't really done anything with it lately. So I wanted to get some buttons and get a new joystick for the Player 1 because I am starting to play it more, and I'm starting to notice that, hey, these guys that are playing these fight games on their arcade sticks, they have a lot better equipment than I do. It sounds better, it seems like it feels better, and you know, these cheap little buttons on Amazon got me to this point, but I wanted to, you know, upgrade this to a proper fight stick. Another reason why I wanted to upgrade to a proper fight stick is because the PCB, the board that all these buttons actually connect to, that interacts with your computer and kind of interprets the buttons and translates that into computer inputs. So it works on Raspberry Pis, it works on PC, it works on Linux, it works on here, but it does everything okay, but it's not great. So the way I have to make it work for the arcade cabinet is that I have to use a controller emulator. If you've ever done a controller emulator, it kind of takes the principle of translating that input from the generic USB that it considers this as. It doesn't really know what to do with it. It's just like, hey, here are some random button maps, you figure out the rest kind of thing. But I started to realize its limitations, and its limitations are diagonals. It's not really good at translating diagonals. I don't think it's my stick that's causing the issue. It's the emulator, I'm pretty sure, because when I try to do these diagonals and I was looking at kind of the training menu in Street Fighter, or the training stage, you can actually see your inputs, and I was noticing, hey, I'm doing these sweeping motions, but there's no diagonal. And I was like, huh, well, that's kind of weird. So I switched between mapping this to the joystick, the left joystick on the Xbox 360 emulator, to mapping it on the D-pad. And the D-pad worked a lot better, but it still wasn't great. So I wanted to change that. And basically how this is going to fix it is because the new PCB that I have is actually made for Xbox. It's an Xbox 360, and Xbox One compatibility PCB. So it's no longer this universal PCB that works on everything that you kind of have to map to make it work for Windows correctly. Windows 10 is going to recognize this new one as a Xbox 360 controller, and it's going to probably be plug and play. I got the PCB kit from Amazon with the board and the cables. I'll link those in the description. And then the button and joystick kit I actually ordered from a website called Focus Attack. They specialize in fight sticks for professional level fighting game players, which is what I wanted to emulate. So I wanted to absorb as much information as I could from the fighting game community and incorporate that into the Windows 10 PC arcade cabinet. The buttons that I'm using now, it's just a cheap generic kit that I got on Amazon. I'll link that in the description as well if you want to check those out. I would start with this. This is really easy. It's a kit. Everything comes in. It's plug and play, no soldering. It's really good to get your feet wet. But you know, I've had my feet wet for a while, and the kit is okay. Like, the LEDs are starting to fail on some of these, it looks like, and you can see the green one over there is failing. The yellows are just not very great. But you know, that's not really important to me. So what I did is I went ahead and just got some solid buttons, just traditional buttons that you would see at an arcade. But I'm really excited to get back on track and start updating the arcade cabinet because I really do like playing on it. If you want to catch up and see how I got to this point, I'll link a playlist here that has all the videos pertaining to this Windows 10 PC arcade cabinet. Until then, peace.